Junction Season 1, sponsored by Oxys Project. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is moving from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." Hi, hello, namaste, and a very warm welcome to DD Startup Junction Season 1 in association with Oxys Projects. It's another week. I have new set of startups, amazing ideas coming your way. But before that, let's look into our jury members. New set of jury members, a very warm welcome to you. With us today is Subhabrato Das, head of True Leap Ventures, ex-head of startup services in Innovent India. He brings a decade of experience in managing and scaling ventures in the impact space. A very warm welcome to you. We have Dr. Shrikant Parthsarthi, Group CFO at Chakra Venture Partners, a chartered accountant, rank holder from SEMA UK, topper. He also holds a PhD in finance. He's authored 2 books. He's closed many deals, over 30 plus deals, value of $400 million. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We also have with us Kiran Shah, Chairman and Managing Director, Yellow Skype, and prior to that, he spent over 13 years in Goldman Sachs, including being the co-head of the Bangalore office, comes with immense experience and is looking forward to give back to the society through mentoring and helping startups. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
We also have with us Saravana Mani, Head of Innovation, Future Group, serial entrepreneur, investor, board advisor, alumnus of MIT Sloan and also from IIM Bangalore. A very charming young man here with us. Very warm welcome to you, sir. I would now like to welcome Dr. Shivramakrishnan, mentor from Oxys Projects, to present a bouquet and welcome our jury panel. I would like to call upon Mahesh, co-founder of Oxys Projects, to present the bouquet to our jury members. Dr. Shrikant Parthsarthi. Kiran Shah. Saravana Mani. Thank you. Without further ado, the panelists are ready, the jury members are ready, we have our participants ready to pitch in their ideas. Quickly, I would like to share the format. So you will see the pitch and then we'll have the scoring from the judges, which is 40%. The rest 30% is from the participants, the co-participants. It is peer evaluation. 30% comes from there. We will share a Google form with them and they will vote. And the rest 30% comes from the audience where you will send a WhatsApp message and through that you can cast your votes to your favorite startups and you can see the numbers on the screen. Students wanting to go abroad and study has been a trend. Everybody aspires to gain education, to gain experience outside of their own home country. And to facilitate this, there is a startup which says, we have a fantastic idea. So please put your hands together to welcome foreign admits with their idea. Are you ready? Fantastic. All the best. Go for your pitch.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Nikhil Jain, CEO and co-founder at Foreign Admits. You must have studied abroad, some of you guys, and you must have seen the trend in India that do engineering and then think later. And because of that, what we see, a lot of students don't get the right quality of education. They spend 4 years of engineering doing something which they never wanted to do. Even I come from IIT BHU, and I got a mining engineering. I never wanted to do mining engineering. What to do later? I had to shift my field to petroleum, and I went abroad, was studying PhD in Monash University. And that's where I found a lot of Indian students and other Chinese students were facing the same issue in their masters. And that's where I got the gravity of matter, that how much education is important, and you don't want to waste 4 years of your life doing something which you don't want to do. And it comes with education loan. We all know the kind of education loan debt US market has. So that's where I came up with this idea. Why not have a mentor to guide you at the early stages? All these traditional education consultation market that I've been through while preparing for my PhD didn't give a right guidance. They were focused to sell me a seat in the college, from which they can get a commission. If I go into the deep details of why that college, why that career, no answers. So that's where I figured out, can't technology be leveraged to give me a right guidance? Because I've spent more than 12 weeks to just get to one college, which is going to be right fit for my project. So that's where Foreign Admits was born. So me and my co-founder were discussing and then fidgeting about the idea. And since I was studying at one of the topmost Indian institutions, I came across this mentorship platform where we talk to our seniors, someone who has been abroad, studied abroad, can share the experiences. And that's where Foreign Admits was born. So coming to the problems, as you already know, that student faces issues with unreliable guidance on social media. The consultants are usually biased, and they spend, if they are very much willing, they spend a lot of time in planning for their applications. We have a lot of varieties of tools like Google Calendar, Google Maps, and all those things just to plan and prepare the whole application. And in that, they kind of lose the application quality, and they lose out on opportunities like admissions, scholarships, and a whole lot of things. And that's where we came up with this idea. So at Foreign Admits, what we are trying to leverage is mix AI for a certain guidance, which will map your personalized traits, your current skill sets, and then further design the whole journey to what kind of career roles you want to go. And then using a lot of data that we collect, we design the whole sort of courses and universities that are going to be right fit for you as per your personal aspirations. This is our basic journey of the growth snapshot. We started somewhere close to 14 months back, and this is something when it became from a side project to a full-time company close to 4 months before, when we felt there's enough amount of students who are willing to spend wisely on their career, and that's where we started. This is just a basic journey that we have sent abroad more than 50 students. I personally deal with more than 100 calls a day because we are a 3-member company right now. So this is a basic app version which we have recently launched for the engagement platform. It's a very niche understanding of mix of LinkedIn with Calendly and WhatsApp, where a person who is not having the right connection to connect, and a mentor who wants to mentor but doesn't have a right platform to connect to these mentees, this is the go-to platform for them. They just make up the profile, go there, find the right mentor, book a call, schedule a call with them. Mentor basically understands the agenda of the call, accepts it, and the call gets converted. That's how the personalized engagements have been started. This is the first product. Our next AI engine is right now under development, which is going to get. So this is what a customer journey looks like in a whole market. So if a person is going, they come to our platform, we evaluate their profile, we give them the right guidance about the exams, the universities, the countries, course prospects. Once their applications, they are ready, then they go on to the service providers. So we become a centralized platform for the other vendors to come in so that you don't have to go as a customer. The companies can directly come into you and assist you in a very, very simple, easy, and swift manner. And that's what saves a lot of time. And that's what gives the faster admissions. Right now, what we are charging is students for certain services like mentorship calling and for document assistance. Our service providers are we are the affiliate persons for the service providers. So whatever conversions happen, we charge them for a particular fee. And then the universities gonna be getting charged very soon once they get onboarded for the data, trends, analytics, and reaching out to the right fit candidate at a very, very granular level. So our revenue model is also very similar. University pays a subscription fee for the kind of data that they want to get and the kind of students, the amount of students they want to reach out to, and then they can organize certain activities. And right now, since we are an affiliate to the partners, once the platform becomes bigger, then we will put a subscription fee for the vendors to be at so that they can market their services to the students. And for the students, it's going to be more of a freemium model where they can manage the entire applications for free. And for certain services they want to take, they can pay and use it. So this is our ask. Right now, we are crossing our pre-seed, so we now look for 1.5 crores for a quantum of 12 to 18 months. And it's predominantly for hiring our full-time developers, standardizing our sales and marketing and operations, because right now we are a 3-member team, as I said. We need to expand to tier 1 cities like Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. That's where the majority of the candidates are going. And next, we're going to be expanding on the K-12 market. Once we have understood the whole process, we've been to tier 2 cities. That's where the new game is coming in. That's where the old traditional consultants have been there for decades. And that's where we're going ahead. Thank you.
And I'm sure this would benefit a lot of students who aspire to go abroad study. Let's hear what the panelists have to say. Jury, over to you.
So, yeah, thanks for the pitch, and very interesting kind of. So I would like to understand more on the business model. You're saying the problem that you're trying to solve is previously there were organizations who were charging base. They would like to rather sell a seat rather than kind of mentor you. So in this case, you have a B2B partnership. I just saw with 5+ universities. Aren't you doing the same in terms of helping? So how do I add the credibility to the venture? For example, if I am applying to this platform, so how do I know you are doing it in an unbiased way and not kind of referring to the 5 university partners that you have?
Absolutely. So the basic AI engine that we are talking about will give you the appropriate guidance in a purely unbiased manner, only focusing on the data. Then the universities who are a partner universities to us will also get a lead to contact these people. We are not forcing you to get into this college. We'll give you, let's say, Harvard, Caltech, MIT, and there would be Purdue who could be our partner. So it would be listed as a partner university. If you want to get connected, maybe you didn't get into all these 3 universities, then Purdue could be a right choice for you to get into through. But then we don't have, the business model is not on the onus to give them a conversion. The business model is on the onus to give them the right data trends for helping them to connect to the students. So we are just connecting to the students in the first place.
At this point in time, there is no AI engine, right? It's directly mentorship.
Yes, absolutely.
I would like to refer back to your basic idea or the basic premise of mentorship. Wouldn't your choices of the students change once they talk to a particular mentor? And is your engine equipped to make that particular choice of change from one university to another university?
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, because I see mentorship as a stage which is coming on a little later. So by the time the choice has already been made and, there's no going back in terms of choice. That's point number A. And second point that I want to make is, I want to ask you about your competition. So do you have any competition? What are your views about the competition that you have?
Absolutely. So taking the first point, what we assumed and what we have seen with mentoring more than 200 students in the past 1 year, the evaluation of the profile and choosing the right career is something very, very important. That's where, again, the mentorship comes in. So a person who is from mechanical engineering background, and because the current trend is going into finance, is just wanting to go to finance. The usual guidance is looks like go do an MBA. But that's where not the right choice is, because he's a fresher. MBA for freshers is very risky. So that's where we bring in the mentors who is doing finance into different courses, and they would be guiding them. How does the finance field looks like? Is it into financial engineering, or is it into private equity, or is it into hedge fund, or is it into just basic analysis level role? So those initial mentors is something that is already coming at different checkpoints throughout the whole journey, not just with only application guidance. Something that also comes in as a senior mentor profile. So we have 3 tiers of mentors. One is a college mentor, which gives you an on-ground information what's happening inside the university. One is a recent graduate mentor, 2 years of experience into the job, who gives you more of a transition experience from a college to the job, how you can try. And then one is an industry-specific mentor, just like you guys with more than 10 to 12 years of experience into the whole industry domain, which also guides you whether this industry is going to be fitting for you or not from your experience. As what I said, it's more about experiential guidance. It doesn't give you that this is the choice you have to go. This is what the data tells. This is what a mentor tells. It's on you to decide it.
Kiran Shah.
Why there's so many universities in India which people would be applying to, and potentially the same thinking that you have or the same opportunity that is there to apply this would also happen to Indian universities. So I would urge you to think about how this could be applied into the India to Indian context rather than the India to the foreign context.
Ghosh, do you have to say something?
Yeah, great pitch, by the way. Amazing energy. Coming last, all the questions are pretty much answered. My recommendation would be to you and your team would be focus. You suddenly talked about K-12 and everything. As an investor, if you are going and boiling the entire ocean, that's a big turn off for me. And maybe it was there part of the slide. AI is trending. I also want to know why you are a mining engineer. Do you have an AI co-founder with you?
Yep. So my co-founder is a Microsoft AI team lead right now, and he'll be joining us within 6 months. So we've been working for almost 9 months on this as a project, and then when we felt this is right time to get into it, that's where. And I'm not buzzing the AI word. We know that there's a lot of data that we are working at.
Great. Thank you so much. Are you looking forward to the scores?
Absolutely.
Are you nervous?
Kind of.
A little bit. Okay, let's see the scores from the left. Subrabrito, that's a 7. Dr. Shrikant, 7. 7 again, and 8. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best. Let's see, we still have scores from your participants and the audience. All the best.
Thank you.
Please put your hands together to welcome our next participant from Cultivate.
This year, Andhra could have saved more than rupees 1,000 crores worth of electricity and conserved over 300 TMC of water from tube wells and have produced 30% more paddy and sugarcane with one simple step. Cultivate, the smart irrigation solution, saving water for sustainability, increasing productivity to improve livelihood, scalable from one farm to millions of hectares. So how does Cultivate help? It delivers water when crops need it, in the correct amount for maximum yield. Cultivate uses simple, rugged technology to constantly monitor underground moisture content in each field, turning irrigation on when it is needed and off when it's not, saving more than rupees 1,000 crores worth of electricity and water by optimal use of pumps and motors. No waterlogging, no crop death, improving productivity sustainably. Cultivate keeps giving regular updates from every corner, tailored to the method a farmer is comfortable with. In the app, through SMS or even voice, in his own language. And with increased revenue, farmer livelihood improves. And the future of the state's most critical resource, water, looks brighter. And the future of the state's biggest enterprise, agriculture, looks rosier. Cultivate, the smart irrigation system. Time to be smart about agriculture.
Are you ready?
Yes, very much.
Fantastic. All the best and go for your pitch.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mallesh. I'm from a company called Cultivate. I'm sure each one of us, many of us does not know how much of water we consume on a daily basis. It takes roughly around 4,000 liters of water to grow 1 kg of rice and roughly around 4 to 5,000 liters of water to grow 1 kg of sugarcane equivalent. So that means in a daily basis, each one of us are consuming anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500 liters of water, which is a big problem considering the fact that the world is growing at an alarming pace and each one of us consume the rice and sugar on a regular basis. There is a definite need, where somebody should look into the water conservation. That's exactly what Cultivate is doing. We are an IoT-enabled agri-tech company which works with the farmers who are growing paddy and sugarcane, where we help them leveraging on the technology to understand what is the water requirement, how much water is good for the crops, and how they should save the water and also the electricity. Let me take an example. In Punjab, farmers, roughly around 78% of the paddy is being grown with tube wells. When somebody is growing the paddy with tube well, they not only take close to a crore liters of water per year per acre, but they also consume roughly around 2,400 units of electricity because they need to lift the water. So what we do is we have got a simple technology called alternate wetting and drying, which is basically going to understand what is the moisture in the soil, and based on the moisture evaporation in the paddy field, it will send an alert to farmers saying that when they should start the rewatering. Because in the conventional method, farmers are flooding the field. So right from the day 0 day till 120 days. In our concept, we say basically flood the farmland for a period of 30 days. Starting from the 31st day, every alternate week, you can stop the water and stagnate the water. Thereby, we are reducing roughly around 40% of the water. It's an IoT-enabled device where the system will understand what is the moisture and what is the height of the water on the ground. It will automatically turn the pump on and pump off. So net effect, farmers will not only be saving roughly around 40 to 50% of water, which translates to lakhs and lakhs of liters. They also will be saving on the electricity consumption. More importantly, from a farmer perspective, the productivity will shoot up by 7 to 10%. So we are developed the technology, we have started prototyping with multiple groups. We are a B2B business company. And our ask is basically we are asking for 3.5 crores for 10% equity exchange.
That's fantastic. It was a quick and very clear one. Let's see what the panelists have to say. Over to the jury.
Yeah, thank you for the pitch. So you threw in a lot of numbers there. So what, like, how are you kind of arriving at, let's say, 10 to 15% of increase in profit for farmer? Have you done a pilot and these are insights that you have got from your pilot, or this is like something that has been kind of that you have seen overall in the industry using an IoT device?
Yeah, what we are doing is basically we are working with the research organizations who have been doing a lot of research over a period of last 20 to 30 years of time.
And how old is this organization?
Ours is 3-year-old.
3-year-old.
What we are doing is we are enabling the farmers with technology, because this technique, even though it existed in the laboratories and the universities, they were not able to take it to farmers for the simple reason. Farmers were not able to understand how to understand when the soil starts cracking. If the soil starts cracking because of lack of moisture, the crop is going to get spoiled. So our technology will eliminate this problem.
Dr. Shrikant?
How do you see the next stage of this particular organization being? Are you going to be targeting the farmers as an end result as such?
Yes, our end beneficiaries are farmers because they are one of the key stakeholders. But we do realize we don't have the bandwidth to reach each and every farmer and convince them. So there are a lot of organizations that are working in the area of farming, the farmer producer organizations or the export companies. The export company norm is how do they get the pesticide residue free or lesser pesticide free rice, okay, that can be exported. Plus every country is becoming more and more conscious of how can they grow rice and sugarcane kind of thing with more and more water conservation. So we are working with those kind of groups, okay, that are focusing purely on these two kind of aspects.
And do you address any other crops other than paddy and?
Yes. We do have commercially rich crops also, such as banana, pomegranate, grapes, that are water sensitive. Whereas if you are looking at the paddy, sugarcane and cotton, they are water guzzlers. Because on an average, it takes 25,000 liters of water to grow 1 kg of cotton. So if I'm wearing a cotton shirt that is weighing roughly around 400 grams, that means roughly around 10 to 15,000 liters of water has gone to growing that. So there are techniques by which we can start reducing by 50% to 60% or 70%. That's where our technology intervention comes into picture.
Interesting.
Kiran Shah?
I think I'm going to narrow down a little bit to the commercials from a perspective of the unit sort of cost variable to fixed, if you can share it, and then how much would you actually be able to charge it from a perspective of the value that is being delivered to, whether it's the B2B or the end customer, because finally my perspective is that the end customer has to pay for it in some form or the other. So from a commercials perspective, can you just share with us a little bit of how your experience has been or what you project the whole financials down to a unit, and then when you multiply it with scale, what sort of numbers are we talking about?
The key difference with sugarcane, paddy and other horticulture crops are, in horticulture crop, if you go to a village and look at 100 farmers, 10 of them will be growing banana, 10 of them could be growing different vegetables. Whereas in a paddy field, all 100% will be growing paddy. That's our first advantage. So that means we are bringing community farming. In our entire concept, there is a thing called gateway. That means it's something like a cellular tower that we fix in a village that can cover approximately 2,000 to 3,000 acres of area. So our cost of deployment for every farmer goes down. However, every farmer per farmland, he has to pay anywhere between 9 to 11,000 rupees depending on the area. Why is it 9 to 11,000? Because there are multiple expenses. One is on the IoT hardware itself, second one is communication, third one is the message going back to the farmer. Now, what is the benefit that the farmer is going to get? The farmer is going to improve the productivity by roughly around 7 to 11%, anywhere take it as average 10%. From 1 acre of paddy, farmer gets a revenue of roughly around 30,000 rupees per year, per crop. So 2 crop is going to make into 60,000 rupees. So since we are talking about anywhere between 9 to 11,000 rupees, we are talking basically you can get the return on investment within 1.5 years.
So what would you charge per acre? I got the 9 to 11,000 rupee cost. How much would you charge?
On an acreage, if you say approximately, it will be around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
Saravana,
The way you were starting the problem statement, I thought you were going to tell music to me, but then you were just addressing the symptom. I thought water problem and everything. Why not into the world of millets? Are you into some recommendation towards millets? I'm a big believer in millets because that will solve the water problem, the core problem.
Very good question. Millets are grown in an area where the rain is scanty. So that means millet are known to grow when there is not much of water availability. Whereas our focus is how do we conserve the water. Paddy is consumed paddy takes roughly around 55% of the cultivable area across the globe on an average. So that is one area where a lot of water is being taken. So our focus is how do we work with the water guzzling crops such as 3 crops that I mentioned and bring in savings.
Fantastic. I mean, that's it sounds like a very thought through and everything sorted kind of an idea to me. But let's hear from the judges. Let's see the marks. That's an 8. Is an 8 again. a 9, and a 9. Fantastic. That's a fantastic score. Congratulations and all the best. Let's see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of today's episode. It was really nice. 2 different combination, one in education, another in agriculture, and both involves technology, and that somewhere to me says that we are marching towards technology startups. Any comments on the 2 startups we saw today? Jury members, anybody would like to say?
It was a good mix of technology as well as solving real world issues.
Right.
And I felt that with or without technology intervention, there is a possibility that we can make a real change in the world.
Absolutely.
And the range of issues that we solved within the 2 startups were itself, between the 2 worlds.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic to see.
Absolutely. So we'll join all of you tomorrow with 2 other startups with their fantastic ideas. You know what to do until then. Stay tuned to DD Startup Junction Season 1 in association with Oxys Projects. And do not forget to cast your votes to your favorite startup. Send in a WhatsApp message to our WhatsApp number 94494765539. Do not forget, and yes, see you tomorrow. Bye.